Hello. Time to lock in and get some building done at least. I need to streamline the way I'm setting all this thing up. Yeah, the main problem with building is I need a... Did it... Don't we have audio? I think we might not have audio. Huh? Wait. Where am I? Well, we have some audio. Are you? No, you're correct. No, you're listening for the wrong Minecraft. There is no other Minecraft though, which is a bit worrying, but... Okay, no, there we go. I think it actually had some, it just seems to be lagging. Hello. Okay. Oh, my OBS seems to be lagging. Stream isn't lagging though, so that's... Listen, if OBS wants to lag, let it. Put in... That might... No, that shouldn't be loud. I think it's gonna build up, but it is very quiet right now. Alright. So... I did think about a little how I want to do the main thing. I do have some ideas, but I will still need to refine that a little. I am worried about... One second, let me listen to myself. No, that's fine. Okay, OBS, why... Like, just for context, the audio mixer, like the little bars and everything that show you the volume and whatnot, they're just not working. They're just stuck. Is something on my PC eating... Am I running anything that I shouldn't be running? Well, Firefox is using 30% of my CPU, that's nothing new. Another task manager is dying, that's great. Okay. Restart the task manager. I had it open for too long. It usually runs a bit bad after a while. Okay. No, everything's fine. Where's my... No, everything is fine. Huh. Might just... Oh, never mind. Now OBS is running. No, never mind. It stopped immediate. Oh, it stops immediately when I tap into Minecraft. That's interesting. That never happened before. And you know what? That's fine. I'm fine with that. Oh. Yeah, that helped. Never mind. I'm stupid. That's the problem. The shader was just using up the graphics card. Okay. I did also think about this, because originally I wanted to go up here a little and then have the tunnel go here and into the side. However, I realized that then I would have to do another one of these staircases. And even if I want to simplify them, that's just incredibly annoying to work with, so we won't. Can you... I hate working underwater, the blocks just float around. So instead, I will just continue this tunnel underneath. Well, a different tunnel, because obviously it's going to be a 2x2 tunnel. Actually, why did I put that in? Obviously it's going to be like that. Is it? Yeah, it has to be, because there's also going to be bathrooms here. And they're just going to go immediately underneath. And the staircase and the platform up here are going to stay the same. Might also have to think about the bathrooms. Like, I can't really think of an interesting way to do them on the outside. But then again, does it need to be interesting on the outside? Kind of. Hmm. We could... Okay. The entrance, ideally, is going to be either here. Actually, it doesn't have to be there. Ideally here, honestly. Then you go in, you have... Okay, we can have some toilets over here. Wait, okay. Preferably, I wouldn't cover the window here. And we need to be careful that we don't get too close to the tunnel. So we are a bit limited in space. Which means, if we come in here... We might have some toilets to the left, because I can kind of squish those in there. I don't need a lot of space. Then, in here, it's going to be changing rooms, and then some showers. I think that's about all we need. Yeah, it works. Why are you like this? There we go. This also needs to be fixed all... Oh, I didn't have the mirror on anymore. Honestly, a fixing goes down once I'm decorating. For the hallway there... we can't really reuse this. We can make it wider, but I don't really want it to be wider since it's more of a side corridor. I guess we have the option wider or narrower. Okay, so it would be narrower, but without these pillars. Or at least not as prominent. Yeah, this works. We can make like pillars out of these, which are a lot less intrusive. Well, a tiny bit less, but it's gonna make a difference visually. I guess we do them in the same pattern. Which means it starts here. Yeah, it has to start here, and then 6 and 1. Yeah, okay. In other words, one more. Yeah. Symmetry like this. Give me some blocks here. Alright. Nice. In here, the floor. Oh, the floor is already that. That will make sense. This is a total of 5 white, so this would be a total of 4 white. So these are the walls now. They are only on the ground, so we don't really have to deal with chairs. No, what's the word? Stairs. There we go. Which means... now I can just kind of plaster them like this. I might have made a mistake there. Nope, that's actually perfectly... Okay, that's... I need to be careful with the mirroring, because I kind of want to tear down this here, but then I tear down the other side as well, which is not what I want. Okay. Now, one thing I like to do here... And I need to figure out the way to look best. Oh, that was on purpose. Is have some kind of glass that goes up to the surface. Did I explain that correctly? Well, okay. Basically, here glass. Alright, but I do want it to look a bit more interesting than just that. Yeah, not from below here, that's boring AF. What if it was like this? These are blocks. We could replace those with something like this. Yeah, sure. Don't know about those ends. Nah. In general, it works. Put some proper blocks here. Nice. I think it works. Then here we can have those. It's not perfect. Whatever it is. Yeah, it's also gonna look way different when once the actual glass thingies are in. Disable this because we also need to. Nope. This is the part with the pillars. Doesn't need to be this bulky. I feel like no. Yeah, it works. If we even need that. Maybe we need that. Can kind of do the same thing here. Boom. Nice. Now kind of looks more of a part of it. I will probably add some copper to it. Let's finish this first. What do we do on the inside here? Okay, sure. And then like this? No. Something like that could work. I mean, I guess that gives it some... I wish we had more options with these blocks. I get... Nah. Okay, what if... No, that also doesn't work. That would work. I mean, this would potentially be an option. Also, these obviously need to be replaced. Like so. These as well. Okay, sure. Okay, let me just try. It just looks so straight. Way too so straight. There we go. Maybe. Okay, I do want some texture in these walls, but I don't know. Don't know if more polished top is always the answer. But what else do we have? I guess. Okay, hear me out. Give me a full set here. Boom. Yeah, that's accurate. Yes, that's an option. Then we do the same here. Is that clashing? Not really. No, I think once we put copper in there, that works. Okay. Then there's one of these. Do we need some line work here, or is it fine without? No, we do need that. That looks nice. Actually, I keep forgetting the mirror thing is on. There we go. Oh, that is... Didn't want to throw all of them. Cool. That is something. At the very least. And then... we just stack this bad boy. Plop. I mean, that one's safe. Then... okay, it doesn't copy air, but it copies water. That's great. Love that. That fixes all my issues with it. Cool, there we go. Oh yeah, we probably need lighting in here. I didn't even think about that. Also, the floor. What am I doing? Oh, it's not mirroring because I'm stupid. So, the lighting options are limited. Actually, are they? They might not be. Also, just so you're correct, there we go. Yeah, that works. I will have to add more copper, otherwise that stands out real bad. Alternatively, it might be more interesting choice. Is this. Right, because now we can think of a way to integrate those into the walls nicely. Maybe by even going like this. Maybe. Oh, yeah, that works. Now they kind of lose their purpose as shelves, but they never were going to be used as shelves anyway. That's not really possible. I do think that gives it some interesting geometry to it. Which point? We could... We could do this. But I don't know if I like that. Do kind of like it. However, if we're gonna do that, then we don't really need to. Or do we? No, I think I like that. Yeah, now kind of looks more like it doesn't really look like it because of the way trapdoors work in Minecraft, but you get the idea, right? It's like vertical neon or... I don't know. Then maybe have them supported by these. Now there's the point where I'm just placing things without really knowing what I'm doing. Okay, no, that's too much. Actually, let me put this here so I don't have to do it on both sides every time. No, that's also too much. It just... There's too many edges there that don't really line up. Ooh, that was too loud. Alright. The... How do I bring copper into this? I'm just trying. I don't hate having copper up there. It's more of a, I don't know what it means. Why is it there? What's the lore? Okay, let me just experiment with more copper. I don't hate it, but I don't like it inside here. I think inside should stay a bit low on the copper. Actually, it works kind of, doesn't it? But only kind of. Okay. One thing. Stop picking up new things. Go to the correct bar. There we go. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be collecting bars. Okay, at which point we might as well add this back. That also works, actually. And we could have these like so. At which point there's a lot of focus on the orange again. No, I prefer... Oh, not like that, but like this. I prefer that, I think. With these missing, yeah. That gives the center more of a hollow feel. We might actually be fine with this amount of orange. Again, it's gonna get more green whenever we weather it. Well, that's not ideal, but we'll deal with that in a second. Actually, I'll deal with that right now. What was that? Those? That looks correct. Yeah. No, I think we just live with that. Actually, one more thing. At which point the question is, would this look better? The answer is we'll find out. Sorry about the light flashing. I wish it wouldn't do that. Oh, let me in. I do kind of like that more, actually. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like that. Look at that. Makes the floor much more rounded and interesting. Nice thing to figure out once I already did it and copied and mirrored and everything. Alright. No, I think that works. We don't have any copper in the cafeteria yet. I kind of just forgot about that when I built it. But I'll build it in whenever I get to decorating. Actually, same with the whole sleeping quarters. I guess I just finished those and then was done with it. But I should have kind of thought about it. How did that happen? I should have kind of built it into the design, I feel like. Well, it's so late. I'm not going to rework anything there. Now. Because of the way the stacking works, I can't really stack the entire thing anymore. So let me just grab layer for layer. Oh, that is not the correct tool. Not even remotely. This one. The first layer, stack 1, 2 thrice. Okay, that works. Yeah, and then it goes like this. Nice. We will have to replace the glass at some point, but I don't know. Something like so. Then the next layer. And now we get to the layer where I probably don't want these here, so let's just grab here. And here, and those are pretty much already full layers. AKA, let's grab the entire thing. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Make sure this is fixed. This is broken and replaced with... There. This guy. And one of those on top. So we don't have a hole there. Holes are always a bit ugly and awkward. Not entirely sure what's going on there. But it's fixed. Kinda looks a bit boring from the outside. Like it looks too flat. Can I do anything about that? The only thing really would be this. But it does hardly fix the issue. If it was like this, it would fix it, but that looks dumb. Dumb and stupid and ugly. There. No, I think that's fine. It's good enough, if anything. Yeah, that's... Actually, I think I like it like Okay, now I'm just... Now I'm getting entirely lost in the details. It's fine like this. It works. Actually... No, something's wrong here. Come back. I'd say... Grab this. I don't mean the entire... I mean, no, that was on me. I grabbed the wrong thing. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Easy. Yeah, that's probably why it didn't work. Here and here. And the rest is fine. Nice. Yeah. Cool. Okay, that's another hallway done. I guess this goes a bit further back then. Yeah, because the bend needs to be in this sector, otherwise I have to... Well, I could just not, but... Symmetry demands. Thing is, if I make it look symmetrical now, it looks like I planned it out from the beginning, and I look very smart and skilled. Like I know what I'm doing. So that's what we're doing. Making it look planned out. Hiding the fact that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing here. No, we just need this one. Pop, pop. Nice. Put this in there. And then... like so. Correct. I guess this just works like... Oh. I keep forgetting it'll do that if I... in third person. Okay, disable that real quick. Boom. Cool. Actually, that is slightly less cool. Fine there. Oh my god. Disable and replace. Place. Re-enable. Actually, don't re-enable. We don't need it. I do need it for this one block. There. So... I think I'm overthinking sometimes. I just need to place blocks. Sometimes life is simple. Okay. Yeah, then in the walls we have the same kind of thingy. For now, let's just throw these in. For the glass here. Actually, I can just do this. Nice. And over here it works. Yeah, I think that's fine. Up here. Ow. Can you not? And there you go. I don't know why I don't just replace. Yeah, and these parts we can put that there. That compensates a bit for the flatness that we lose. No, we don't lose the flatness. We gain flatness. Because the glass is gone. Okay. It still looks a bit busy, but I think that's fine. I think to a degree that's warranted. I do like this hallway more, honestly. I think it's the black that kind of is too much in here. What options do we have? I don't really want to use wood, but I should at least try it out. Also, that doesn't help. Oh, they're all like this. Great. No, these are... Are they or are they not? You are. Okay, those are. Actually, I need to manually place them because they're also fucked. I mean, this amps up the orange by a lot. And I guess the problem with those is I can't really weather them. The only real option I would have there is warped. Can that look like? I am building. Is the music louder? Is that just on my ear? An underwater thingy. Laboratory. And no, this is too orange. This is incredibly orange. It's supposed to be more of a steampunk vibe. I don't think this is very steampunky. But this isn't either. I would like to have another shade of gray that isn't... Maybe? Or actually just stone. Okay, that's more experimental, but I might as well try while I'm at it. Not andesite. Okay. That doesn't really fit. That is too loose, rubbly. If anything, it would be this, yeah. Yeah, I have the vibe down here. I do really like this hallway. There's kind of the baseline that I'm gonna go for, but I need some different sized hallways. Like the one here is one less wide, so I can just copy the design here. So I need to kind of work around that. Oh yeah, no, I do like that more. Actually, no, that's too blue, and the better options don't have walls. Minecraft needs to add more walls. Like, why don't these blocks have walls? What am I supposed to do with this? Also, hello, hi. I'm very locked in on building at the same time, not locked in at all. I shouldn't do the entire thing if I decide that I actually don't like it, but too late. We all wonder about the walls all the time. That's just, I don't know. I'm so used to modern Minecraft where you just have everything you could ever want, like framed blocks. You just have every shape, every texture, and like a billion more shapes. Me maybe use these here to kind of line up more with the new sulfur. I actually have no idea what's coming to Minecraft. I know there's a bunch of babies. And... is that it? No, spears are already in this version. No, that's... I think about it, what I know. I haven't seen them. I mean, even vibrant blocks can have their use, but probably not in this kind of... Not the vibe I'm going for here. Is that... Yeah, sure. Yeah, I do like that more. It kind of clashes, but it's not as... Also, a thing missing is orange. Which, again, the orange is gonna be replaced. Okay, this is... is my life ever simple? Ah! Maybe that's a good idea. A lot of the orange is gonna be less orange and more green later on. Ah, that's why it was weird. There we go. They showcased them very saturated, and then the first snapshot desaturated them drastically. I need to saturate them again now because people complained. What was happening there? No, I'm not in the loop. This is the newest version I've... I guess it's the newest version, so obviously it's the newest version I've ever played, but... I don't usually play on the newest version. Okay, yeah, then acts a bit more copper down here, which... without actually adding it. I do like that. I wish we had a bit more... No, that looks silly. What am I thinking? Could have something like that. Some sea mines. Put some right there. We go. Some scuffed ass sea mines. No. What could we do with this? Pillars? I like pillars. Sure, that works. It's not orange, but it's something. We could put some orange on top. But that might, again, overdo it a little. Yeah. I feel like if we want to do that, we have to justify it. Like, it has to be some reason for those to be there. And I can't really think of anything. Like, you know, here it makes sense. It's like a little crossing. Visually, it just makes sense for it to have a little spike on top. But I don't want it to look too gothic. In here... Okay, I don't need you anymore, thank you. In here... Yeah, but if it's too gothic, it's less... Like, this is the right amount of gothic, you know what I mean? If there's just spikes on everything, then it feels a bit too try-hard. That makes sense? Like, it feels less functional, more like I'm just trying to put spikes for the sake of spikes. Which is fine. That is an absolutely valid artistic direction. Just not what I'm going for here. Oh yeah, I guess we need those, huh? Gotta stop going first person for that. Or third person. Or whatever the other one is. Here. Then also need to change those. What did I use here? Stone. Cool. Actually, why doesn't that update? It does update. It just... Huh. I mean, it still has a function in some way, right? It's... Well, the function is visual. Yeah, that works. Again, these cases, I call them shelves, but they're not really shelves, right? It's not like you could put something in. I guess you could IRL, but it wouldn't, because that would look weird AF. It just gives the wall a bit more texture than if it's just flat wall. I'm up here. No, here, yeah. I feel like those could be replaced entirely now. Not entirely, okay. That's fine, whatever. So, then we have the same thing in this direction until it comes up to the staircase that goes onto this observation platform. So would it make sense to start with the staircase or with the platform? Probably with the staircase. Yeah, so just so give a little tour. What we have already is this is the living sector, the living area, right? So down here we have a little cantina or a cafeteria or whatever it's called in English, where you can overlook the thingy. On the other side, I'm a bit short, that's why I can barely look out the windows. We have some living areas. I still don't know what to put in here. It's just an extra room. But down here we have the sleeping quarters. Nothing is decorated. I just put the beds there, so I don't know. I just put the beds because I couldn't resist. We could just like have it go through here. Oh. I think that'd be so much more interesting than have it be a... here, like so. Yeah. The beds are gonna look a bit more interesting, a bit less military, but it is gonna be a big lab. So it needs a lot of beds. Like, I have entire sectors planned for this thing. I don't know why I always do this to myself. Right, but like there's gonna be a central spire that goes up to the surface here with like a drill and everything. There's a lab section up here, a lab section lower there. And some extra stuff as well. That over there, I started with that in survival and then was like, nah, I'm not dealing with this shit. So we're here now. And I just have to copy it over to survival, but that's a problem for whenever I get to it. or should you not? Maybe? Hmm. I don't know. Huh. I don't know what to do with this. Oh, I know. When in doubt, put walls. Maybe not. But maybe yes. Or... some of them. Actually, I like them on top. I think for down here, I just... it's a bit unorthodox, but it works. Yeah, sure. Okay, I just stop looking at it. That'll solve the problem. So... where can I grab a nice interior wall here? Let's grab this one. This one's guaranteed to be... okay, give me that. Give me this wall, this wall, this wall, and this. Okay. Rotate and move. Is that the correct rotation? No, it's not. Rotate again. Put it here, right? Yeah, correct. Okay, and then... of course it goes like halfway in the thing. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I can kind of work with this. Boom, easy. Huh, it actually works. Lines up. What to do with the staircase? So I have a general idea how I want the staircase to look. Just thinking about certain details. Some of them being... okay, I do... see, now it doesn't line up. Maybe we do with that. Why does nothing ever line up? Right, because the staircase is going to be 2 for the stair, then a center pillar, and then 2 for the stair again. We could just not have the center pillar, but then the stair looks a bit, I don't know, dangerous. Project Hail Mary, I've heard of it. I have no idea what it's about. And therefore I didn't really care to watch it now. I'm also scared to hit the surface here at any point. Oh. It's a space movie. I hear good things about it. I just no idea what it's about even. Space movie, as in like science fiction or just space? That sounds like science fiction. Science fiction, okay. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. So like expand style. For the most part. Little asterisks there. We could have the staircase go sideways. Actually, yeah, sideways this way would work. Okay, okay, okay. Sure. Okay. We could just yoink this part. And move it here. And just pretend it always was here. Nice. And then... See, now I'm thinking... Oh, now I'm back into level design mode. I do want everything to be connected in like little ways that go past and little connections and whatnot. I think that'd be real cool. Maybe like this. I really don't like how it's flickering when I do this with a non-solid block. And then we have the staircase that goes up and the staircase that goes down. The staircase that goes up and the staircase that goes down, like this. I do really like hard sci-fi. I might have to watch it at some point. I unfortunately can't really promise I'm gonna watch it because, you know, hyperfixation, do hyperfixation things. Like, I'm so unfocused on this even right now because I actually just want to play ESO, which I shouldn't because I have things to do. I have plans, including this. Stop. Maybe have this here and then maybe we don't have that. Maybe this just locks up here. And then this goes like such. And then for the stairs themselves, I have to figure it out. Now, I do think that works. It also makes it a bit more claustrophobic. It's not going to be the most claustrophobic, but it's about the vibes. This is also a staircase I'm probably going to reuse, so... need to make sure to make it nice and expandable. Actually, it's perfect if it's 5 here and 2 here. That means we can just hook it up anywhere, anyway, and it'll just work. Why am I seeing daylight? Magic, exactly. It just works. So one thing that will include, however, is this. Which is going to be real expensive on the copper costs. If I do that in every staircase. Well, not my problem. It's gonna be my problem, but it's not right now. I might have to plunder a lot of trial chambers. One more? Yeah, sure. Let me just get one of these and this. Cool, 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 cool. I'm thinking, is this too high already? I guess this can be an in-between floor. I think that works, right? One floor here, the next... Well, nah, not really. Let's go down one. Let's see how it feels. That still works. Feels a bit... Let's build the entire thing. Okay, put that there. Confirm. No, I just get rid of them. Thank you. The problem is the higher we go with it, the higher it goes, right? Which sounds really dumb, and it is really dumb, but it's true. But this just kind of looks... Okay, I have to test. Sometimes all you can do is trial and error. And error, and error, and error, and error. Maybe a little bit more trial. Okay, give me the thing again. Nope, just there. Thank you. Confirm. Yeah, that just looks better. That looks more like a staircase. Okay, let's just go with that. Have these filler blocks here be that. Need to change that here as well. And okay, I just need to do this floor and this floor. Then I have a thing that I can stack. Oh, wrong. What to do with the... I mean, that's an option. Once again, I wish we had more options. See, there's one little cheat thing we can do. Yeah, that at least gives you a bit the look of more black. Right, and this up to this line is where it needs to go. Up to here. Because we include this layer down here. Yeah. Okay. Which means we also need this here. Why am I suddenly hungry? I just ate before stream. We can fill out these corners. Yeah, sure. And then it goes here where it's docked like this. Like this. Oh no, I already don't know what I'm doing. I barely started. Okay. Do the old trick, we just place blocks and worry about anything else later. Well, that's not a block I should have placed, but... Nachsicht ist besser als Vorsicht, as they say. I know it's normal, I just wish it wasn't. Life would be so much easier if I just knew what the fuck I'm doing here. Okay, put that in there, because obviously that needs to be a layer lower. And down there. Yeah, okay. Right, these also need to be not there. Cool. Lighting, I need to worry about the lighting at some point. I guess that also needs to be one of those. Like so. Nice. Do I want to decorate these walls? Do I want to bother? It's a lot of work, but they will look a bit bland if I don't. Huh. Actually, one thing we can do with the pillars at least. Have I really never... Okay. Wait a moment, that's wrong. You're supposed to be that. Maybe it's not wrong, but I think it is. Have a nice little trim. Yeah, I don't want just copper bulbs in the wall. I want it a bit more, you know, authentic. I don't know. Also another pretentious word that I can't think of. Like, you know, I like these, like... They're supposed to be like, not neon, but like 3 vertical tubes, right? With like electricity in them, making light. It's kind of the vibe I'm going for. Unfortunately, the illusion breaks the moment you look at it from the side, but we just don't look at it from the side in this hallway. That's just Minecraft for you. I hate that it does that. I could just force update, but who knows what that will break. I could do that with end rods. The problem is the end is not open on the server that this is supposed to be built, and it won't be for a while, probably. So I have to deal with a limited block palette because even the nether isn't open, so I need to be careful with any nether blocks. This is 4. Well, that's not a good number to deal with here. Well, we can just leave it like that. There's also going to be like, you know, just some texturing like this gonna go through. But if I... If I do that here already, it might kind of... run into certain specific problems. Or not, actually. Maybe I'm just... I mean, even if it is repetitive, who really notices that? Okay, that's too straight. There we go. I mean, I can always just go over it again and kind of roughen it up. Alright, I think that's the entire thing done, minus obviously the lighting. Didn't you forget something? I think you forgot something. Something very important. That's the railings. How? If I was a railing, which I'm not, but if I was, where's the... oh, it's on the bottom. That's why it's not scrolling. Right, have this as the base layer. The same thing is gonna be here. Lightning rods is an idea, actually. Lightning rods is not a bad idea, actually. Maybe... okay, let me try. It's gonna look very copper heavy, but that's kind of not entirely unintentional here. The alternative... I mean, that would always be an option, but that's a bit too... that's boring. That's obvious. Uh-oh. Why is it 3 here and 4 here? It's not 4 here, I'm just stupid. That looks a lot more formal, elegant, I feel like. This looks more practical. Okay, we are almost about to hit the surface, so... which one will you pick? Actually, I can just fly out and have some wider view. I feel like this one looks very formal, but the upper one isn't really guided. It looks a bit raw. The lower one is better. It definitely looks better visually. Let's go with that. It's fine. I'm overthinking again. Actually, before I flip mirror and stuff, let's pull that through. Now I need to check that it actually stacks the way I want it to. It won't, because I'm stupid. Yeah, how do we... like this? No, if anything like this. Okay, that works. I guess we didn't need this wall after all, but... whatever works. From here to here. This wall, this wall, this wall. Yeah. Boom. This is how it goes down. That actually stacks not too badly. Oh. It hits a flooded cave. That's interesting. I might actually leave that. So, the only thing... where's the light coming from? Why is there light in here? Oh, because I have night vision. Never mind. There is no light in there. Okay. If I was a light bulb... I mean, it has to be there, right? And then here. Is that enough? It might be, actually. Oh, that was on purpose. So, an option here. Would be something like that. Another option would be something that looks good. Or we double down. I wish there were... oh, there are tough stairs. Never mind. Actually, that's the wrong... yeah, here, give me. Yeah, because then we can just replace these. That's not there. Boom. Yeah, that works more. To maybe have a little something like that. Sure. Then another option is to realize that I fucked up and put them on the wrong platforms. Which isn't a problem, really. I just need to mirror them up and down. Ideally, the whole thing, though. Wait, does that cause problems? No, it doesn't. Nice. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just do the thing. Boom. Boom. Easy. Then, how do you... there we go. That works. Boom. All right. Grab the whole room again, including this wall, including this wall, including this wall, including these all insets. Mirror it down twice. Not mirroring. I don't know why I said mirroring. Actually, I could mirror it down 3 times even. Sure, why not? If I don't like it, I don't have to actually build it, but at least it gives me the option to do something with it. Boom, 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 boom. There, as much as possible. Yeah, and if we want anything done with any of the caves or anything, we can just do that later. These will need to be closed. And I might just do that. Here. That is entirely the wrong block. There. Sure. Not perfect, it works. Now it bothers me there. Boom. And this one as well, yep. This one as well, yep. This one, no. There we go. Cool. Oh, that's actually not too bad lighting-wise. I mean, it's gonna get worse when the bulbs fade, but is that crazy? Thank you, thank you. I will have fun, and I will suffer. And I will have fun suffering. I do like that. Almost looks more like an elevator shaft, but whatever works. Yawn. I'm getting tired quickly lately. Am I getting old? Am I a certified Unk now? Oh, that's not... Oh no. Okay, okay. I don't know what I was doing there, but it was not the right thing. Okay, that leads up to where the platform is. A bit higher, but that's fine. We can just move the... Do I want to move the platform up? Not really. Well, it's only one block. Yeah, that's fine. I can move the platform up by one block. Yeah, it needs to move out by one anyway. Alright, we can do that. Yeah, that would make sense that didn't... Sure. That, boom. Pop. Alright, then also this hole needs to be fixed. Wrong one. My hotbars are such a mess. Just all of them. Okay. Yep, that's a staircase. What would be like the smartest way to... Oh, yeah, I need to go first person. There we go, and now. Give me box selection. Yeah, I know how box selection works. You really don't have to give me a tutorial every single time, Axiom. Okay, start there. go there. Go out by 1. Go out by 2 to get the lamp. Here as well, 2 and 1. Stuff like gradients. What do you mean what I think of them? Let's go up here. It's not done. It's not done at all. I just need to get the shapes done, and then I get over with the decorating and the coloring. Like especially getting the copper a bit more... Not waxed, weathered. Okay, that should be good. Yes, I know how selections work. Thank you. Copy. Sure. Control P. Stairwell. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, there's one thing that I actually want to implement at some point, and that is this guy. I'm in third person again. I would love to have like a hanger for it at some point. Just, I'm lacking space. Gradient and builds. I'll be honest, I'm just too lazy to use them. I just genuinely don't know where to put that. Also, is there a reason I'm seeing biomes? Is that what this is, the biome border? Why am I seeing that? It is. What did I do? Whatever. I don't know where to put it. Well, they would be sicker with them. No, I usually just use a basic noise painter. If I hit delete, does it? Yeah, good. Oh no, I just see them permanently now. Okay, I clicked something. And I would love to unclick that if I'm being honest. Is that an axiom feature? Show biomes. No, don't show biomes. There we go. Control B. Of course, that would be the hotkey for that. How silly of me. And if I ever showed you the noise painter tool, like, the third person mod I'm using messes with the editor. I mean, you have a gradient painter. I could use this. But this is where the fun comes in. Like, I can do some Vroni edges. I can put some eyes. What is frosted eyes? Okay, sure, we use frosted eyes. Alright, then you can play around with the distribution. Actually, I do want some water in between. There, then... We need something to paint. Actually, let's just say water fills the rest. Is that a dangerous idea? Let me fly somewhere safe. I told Distant Horizons to not load the whole thing. Oh well. Okay, let's drop in some stone. Goodbye, Ocean Monument. And then I paint. Et voila, we have an ice pattern. Which I think is rad. I think that's so cool. Like, there's so much cool stuff you can do with these. I feel like this might work better the other way around if the water was the stripes. It doesn't matter, it's just for demonstration. Alright, it's on the... I wish I had that build on here. On the Kyogre build, we have the water effects, right? Made out of glass. And it just basically made a sphere of water and just put something like that on it. And it looks sick. It looks so good. Also ignore the fact that these are pasted on like this high. I was too lazy to figure it out or adjust it. Where was I? Before I got completely sidetracked. Oh yeah, the platform. I think... Nope. Okay, that should be center. Then let's put the symmetry bob there. Something like this. Maybe like this even. Yep, that works. I say that works until I'm trying to... No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Not worried. Right, then we have the pillars that go down like this. Then we have the pillars that go down like this. Also, can I get my night vision back? Do I still have it in... There it is. Oh, that's much better. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, see, here is an option for a wooden floor. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is one of the rare occasions where we're gonna use wood. I'm gonna use mainly spruce wood, and then splatter it with a bit of dark oak to like give it a, you know, wet feel. As soon as I find spruce wood, there it is. I'm just... Let's not talk about it. On the underside, however, there won't be wood, because that wouldn't be very, that wouldn't survive a long time, would it? I think that works. Did I just... I swear to God. Can I destroy plants? Does that also count as mirror, destroy other stuff? Yes, it does. Okay, need to be careful. Yeah, then the staircase comes up here. Unfortunately, on the outer side. That's fine, though. Actually, that would need to be one higher. Well, it doesn't need to be. I can just cheat. And I will, because, yeah, why not? Like this. Okay, y'all gotta leave. I'm so overkill. Just be gone. Yeah, you know what would have all been good? No symmetry. Cool. At least it all goes up. Right. Not clone. No, 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 no. Symmetry. We love symmetry in this household. I mean, who doesn't love symmetry? To a fault. Now can we break this layer? And actually just clone this layer up because I'm too lazy to see to build it. Boom. Easy. Right. I did literally the same thing again. Should be fine now, right? Oh, no, you go there. Cool, 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 cool. How far back would this have to go? Maybe? Maybe all the way. I mean, yeah, sure, that works. Could put some of these in here to keep it interesting. Okay, yeah. I don't think that looks sturdy enough, but we can worry about that later. Why am I saying that if I'm gonna worry about it anyway? It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Hmm. I mean, that's the boring answer. It's a somewhat more interesting answer, but maybe a bit too busy. Yeah. See, now that I've been remembered a lightning... Reminded. I've been reminded. Where English go? That these exist, I might as well utilize them. Oh yeah, there's gonna be so many lightning rods everywhere. I'm gonna go insufferable with those things. Well. Here's the thing. That kinda looks nice, doesn't it? It's gonna be so annoying to play something like that. Hmm. It does round out a little nicer. Than even more. Oh my god. You stay there, for fuck's sake. I need a feature to like lock the symmetry tool. Just locked. No more moving for it ever again. Then again, sometimes I also just need a brain, so what do I know? Boom. Easy. That does look more sturdy. No, like sturdiness is the main... It doesn't look as if sturdiness is like the main intention with the copper, but that's fine. I like how it looks and that's what matters. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Oh, I forgot again that there's water. So, the next step... That one's a bit more interesting. Because I don't really know yet how I want to do this. Maybe with symmetry. Maybe I want to do it with symmetry. Actually, yeah, the wall would hit about... Let's make it here. Why not? Give it some extra space. Plop. Like so. That actually does work. The inside here. And I can't use slash fill here, so might as well get to placing. I also need to be careful. Cool. I cannot fill this corner with symmetry on. Surely I'm remembering that. Am I fast? Why does it feel... Symmetry off. Yeah, I actually remembered. Wow. That's a first. Yeah, and then on this side here. Actually rather... That's not even the right block. Keep some of the gravel here to kind of... You know, have a bit of the illusion that there's... That the gravel just goes higher underneath there. Because obviously from the top you don't see that there's gravel. Alright. Now, how do we support this? With symmetry? No, without symmetry. Maybe? Maybe this is where copper shines. And then we put... Oh, that's already correct. Trapdoors here. And... Oh, that's gonna be so expensive if I'm using them like this, because no one's ever gonna see this. Just to be very clear, I'm doing this only for myself. And I will use so much copper doing so. For no reason. Other than, it looks good. For a few people that will ever swim down here and go behind this. Yeah, I might be able to see it from here. No, you are definitely not. You see jack shit of that thing ever. Actually, you might see him from down here. Whenever the other parts are built. I don't know. But then also this plane... We get to that. These there. To pretend that it's held together by copper. Okay. That works actually really well. I'm surprised to say. I still don't know if I like these pillars, but I'm gonna leave them for now. Now, the building itself. Let's put the dark oak in first. It's never going to be easier than now. If I want some extra detail with it, I can always do that later. Yeah, sure, it works. We could add another level of... I just love making my life harder, don't I? That doesn't look random enough. I'm not good at making random patterns. I don't know if it's noticeable, but I'm really not good at it. Which is fine, because there's going to be a whole bunch of other stuff on top of it. No one's going to actually notice that. How are we going to do the stuff on top of it? You know what? I should build the blast door that separates this, just so this area... I guess this area is already pretty dry. It's really just the water coming in here. Which means I can stop getting distracted. Ooh. Speaking of distracted, this is a really nice natural tunnel that I could absolutely use. Huh. We could have a door that goes like back there that leads into the raw cave, like we drained the cave. And have like an airlock or maybe a secret room or something back here. I don't know what to put in there, but it would be cool. Actually, wasn't there an airlock planned for this section? There is an airlock. Right. There is an airlock and it was supposed to be right here. which is now a bit difficult to do. We can add one here. I think that makes sense. Good thing I remembered that. Okay, so what I want for this. Okay, I'm thinking of shape. What kind of shape? Let's do it with glass. What I'm thinking about is something like this on the front. And on the sides, either like this or like this. Hmm. And then the top, this is going to be a slab. I can't really do slabs with glass. Just kind of goes. Can you stop? Just kind of goes back like that. Maybe like another layer of slabs there. Right, kind of giving this thing itself a bit of a submarine shape. This would... no. Yeah, if anything on this side, it would be like this. On this side... it would be something like that, which isn't exactly a shape, is it? But... I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I look kind of like the right side. It's just a bit hard to justify doing that. Now let's go with the left side. That's way easier to actually build. Like, I like the shape more on the right, but on the left, that's just gonna be... You'll see what I mean. Because we do need... this... Okay, first of all, symmetry. Thank you. Thank you for the symmetry. Right, we have this base layer. Which is obviously going to be flat on the thing. And then we have the glass layers, and we have to kind of justify them being there. If it was this side, then the layer would now be one glass here and one glass here. And, like, why would that be the case? Here, why would that be the case? Well, it's simply on top of each other, and here it's set out by one, but it's still on top of each other. And then whatever the fuck is happening up here is happening up here. Maybe it's not even happening up here. Maybe the glass goes here and then... blah, blah, blah. That's a problem for later. And then we have sections of glass that are 3, 4 by 2 and 1 layer here. Actually, not this far. On the other side. No, never mind. If the... No, come on, what are you doing? We want to move it by 1. That doesn't mean we need to move the entire thing. Okay, yeah, sure. Now my old enemy. Grapes. Okay, and then like this. Actually, that works surprisingly well. Yeah. Okay. Might be onto something here. Might not. Who knows? We'll find out. You as well, please. Thank you. Then we do have these pieces and then like this, maybe? Yeah. I mean, I need to fix some edges and whatnot, but I think for the most part that's the shape. I'm thinking maybe splitting this off the front. Either or splitting it off on the sides like this. Hmm. And the point for this is for them to kind of be able to view what's going on, right? So it feels like this central is quite important. But then it's supposed to be kind of a bit of a like 18th century kind of technology. Would they be able to build windows like this? I don't think so. Not this deep underwater. Actually, this isn't even as deep underwater as some of the other parts, but this is probably the highest up building. I mean, ignoring the spire itself. And I guess the new room that I just invented for no reason. Ah, fuck it. Let's just go with this. Okay, can you... Thank you. Let's just throw those down for now. I don't know. What we could do is leave those open. Actually, yeah, that works. Yeah. And then have this row here. Something like that. I don't know if I want glass in the ceiling there yet, but we might put some. Can you place them where I click? It is placing them where I click. I'm just really bad at clicking. There's a reason I don't play PvP. Okie dokie. This, I would rather be a stair. No. Nuh-uh. Better. Maybe have to... carved in a little bit like that. Okay, but now I feel like these should line up. Yeah, more like that. Oh yeah, that works. And we have the sideways thingies. Yeah. I don't really know what else to do there. It does look like a command deck. Kind of. It is missing a bunch of things, but we'll get to that. Actually, the thing I'd like to start with is... something like that. I just don't really know how to tie them into anything else. Right now they're just kind of there on the side. Oh no, I'm an idiot. It's symmetrical. I don't need to do it on both sides. Yeah, that's an option. That's an option. I'm cooking, I think. Right, then have this little thing here. See, here I'm not against spikes. Mainly because I don't know what else to put there. Yeah, okay. This gives the window a little bit more... like, you can see a little bit more through them. And also gives a bit more texture to the sides. We could actually do the same thing here. Yeah, you see a little bit more. Which is kind of the whole point, so... that works. Okay, no experiments here. Sure, the only thing that I'm not fully happy with yet is the sealer. That little thing at the top. Didn't it mirror it? It did mirror it. It did, okay. Because this is just all plain tough, which is very uninteresting to look at. Actually, let's... Alright, can I put these here? Now on the inside, where I'm realizing what we could do. Stay with me for a second. Even like this. Yeah. Same thing here. And then... what would we put for a ceiling here? Feels like more wood. Okay, this... what are you? You need to be there. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Then be there if you must. You as well need to be there. Nothing to be done, in which case, please be a full block. Alright. Actually, that's not entirely accurate here, is it? And with non-entirely accurate, I mean, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah, there we go. Mostly. Yeah, we can have these central pieces here. Which themselves... and this might change, but for now, have a little surrounding. With some vent stuff going on. Like so. Okay, I think that's some interesting texturing. On top. I love the Arctic soundtrack, it's so good. Just some strings going hard. Can I have that again? Wait, that wasn't even the Arctic. That is... oh. No, that's the 2070 theme, but what's... I mean, that's fine, but, you know what? I'm just gonna let it play, because in like 3 tracks we're gonna get to the Arctic soundtrack anyway. Actually, we could... I don't know if I'm gonna light them, but at least for decorational purposes. Could also use a mechanical block, but yeah. It's potatoes, potatoes. Okay, that adds some more interest. Again, this copper needs to be weathered heavily to actually fit in. Okay, I think that's more interesting. It's hard to tell with the water doing whatever it does there. Here's the bucket. Thank you. Okay, yeah, that's good. I like that. That gives a nice shape to it. Did I move the thing? The symmetry thing? No, I didn't. I did actually. I moved it down, but that's fine. Yeah, I think that smooths it out a little. Makes it look more like a cohesive shape rather than strips. How to bring more texture into this? Like, I probably don't want these to be bricks. Unless I do, in which case I might. Maybe just the upper ones. Nah, looks kind of bald. Oh, that's an idea. Oh, that's not an idea. No, that's stupid. I gotta be careful with the replace. What did I replace? You. Pop. Yeah, that gives a kind of a ring. I think that's that's nice. Ah, that's the Arctic soundtrack. Why are you... Oh no. Fuck my life. I put the wrong copper. What is going on? Are you in rotate mode? You're in rotate mode. I have this little problem that I use... That I have my control switch, right? So I shift with control, and I sprint with shift. I say I shift with control, which is already a... The problem is Axiom just uses control, like control clicking, like any other program. And usually it's not a problem because control would be your sprint in default Minecraft, which, you know, you don't just press that while pressing other stuff. Well, I do, and it's bad. I wish I could change that, but even then, now I'm too used to it. Yeah, I don't actually dislike that. That helps a lot with the texturing. Alright. Maybe, probably not, but let me test it. Like the extra texture. Yeah, not sold on it. TBH. Okay, what if instead of texture we add geometry? A bit too much. Yeah, that works. Or actually you stay there, but you go there. Okay, yeah, that pattern's a bit more cool. I wish we had more glass shapes. That's one thing we're really missing. Yeah, the glass shape is just always going to stand out. But the rest looks fine. Okay, I have my time being unhappy about this. Now it's time to do something about it. There we go. View. No. Gravel. Actually, this one as well. Be gone. There. Cool. Now, I don't know about these. What if we split them off a little? Yep, that looks better. I'm happy with that. It does feel like there's something missing to it. But I can't really pinpoint what it is. Maybe... Maybe my brain needs these to line up. I don't really know how that would work. I need to replace all of this copper. It's all just gonna oxidate. No symmetry is off, which I think is good. While I'm experimenting. Because there isn't really a middle between these. And I don't really want... Like, that's too many, right? Nothing is ever easy, is it? That's kind of my suggestion there. Actually, instead of a stair, let's put that there. Right, so this way it's kind of like a ring that goes around the entire thing, holding it together. which I think does make it look a bit more cohesive. Oh, I did move it there. Did that fuck anything up? Not really. I guess I moved it and then moved it back. Okay. Yeah, one other option would be to add a bit more. Actually, no, let's do these. That way it keeps the silhouette, but... Is there? No, that's hollow. Okay. Need to replace those as well. Wrong one. It's my favorite part. Link. Okay, there and there. And slot one in there as well. To add a bit more of the circular. Okay, but what if we... Row. Okay, sure. Right, and then instead it loops around here. Actually, here it loops around like this. Yeah, okay. I'm slow cooking, but I am cooking. Then maybe downstairs. Okay. Maybe down here it instead goes around like this. To at least give it a bit more stuff going on here. Okay. How would I even do that here? I guess... Okay, first of all, the way I would do that here is by turning symmetry back on. You're where you're supposed to be. Good. Actually, I can just do it here. Yeah. I'm saying I just do it here, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So this and the other one that doesn't really matter. No, that was correct. Oh well. Then this goes there. That is not the correct one there. Boom, like so. Place that there. Like this. I think that's what I did over here, yeah. Because then we can put this here. And still have kind of the same effect. Alright. Tap there, tap there. Good. Oh, of course, that one is also wrong. Fuck's sake. Here, side, we have to put Shim Shing. So, all right. Yep, that works. Could also one of them's here. Hmm. Yeah, maybe. Makes him a bit bottom heavy, but maybe that's fine. Maybe I don't mind that. It's not like the bottom here is heavily used by anything else. Not really there, but on this side... Yeah, sure. That works. Okay, yeah, I like that. Now the back side. How much more into this section is finished? I do kind of want to finish it, at least the like buildings themselves. It would also be cool. Oh no, that would be so much. It would be cool if we could color the sections, like color code stuff. But I don't know how to do that without frame blocks. I can't think of a way to like add a tinge of color in here without like... I would have to replace full blocks, but with what? I guess we have a selection of color. Yeah. We could replace these beams here. Okay, if we say the living area is blue. How would that look like in practice? I think that's another one of these things that I leave in for a bit and then figure out how I feel about it. It does mess with the general vibe, but it would have a lore reason and therefore I couldn't be too mad at it. And it's like, oh yeah, it's blue because it's obviously the living quarters. I wish there were other walls for Prismarine. Like, it's just the ugliest texture possible. Oh well. Sorry, just like checking Discord. Okay. I guess this would be a full wall. I guess it wouldn't be. I guess this would be a full wall. That lines up a bit nicer. And this... Yeah, sure. Double wall. I don't care. I don't gaff. I'm so not gaffing. And we have the door here. Yeah, nice. And the door here, which also very nice. And... or maybe not even. Maybe the door is here. Right, and then... this is where the airlock goes. Like it extends out a little bit. Not entirely sure what those are doing here. Ah, now I do know. I mirrored it because I'm sometimes a bit of an idiot. It's fine. I can fix it. Well, I have to fix it. Oh no, I mirrored a lot. Well, I need to fix this entire section anyway. Oh, please tell me the stairs aren't... oh no. They're not waxed. None of them are. Are these waxed? Yeah, at least that. These are. Yeah, good. Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. Replace. Copper. What are they called? Oh my god. Let's replace cut copper stairs. Waxed. Cut copper stairs. That needs the little thingy, the thingamabob, that guy. Boom. Cool. Then cut. What is it? Exposed first? Now, what are they called? Is it exposed cut? Probably exposed cut copper stairs. Where is it? There's at least one. There. Exposed cut copper. That makes sense. I'm just mad that I picked the wrong... there we go. Be gone. Alright. Cool. Well, not cool, but at least it's done now. For the doors. I feel like here we would use copper or even iron doors. That does feel adequate here. No. Yeah, and then I have to just kind of figure out how to do the outside here, but that shouldn't be a problem. Right? Okay, sure. I guess we just have to live with the... that's fine. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't look perfect. The problem with iron doors is mainly visually. Don't really like them. I feel like they fit the vibe best here. Actual follow-up problem with them is they don't both open, so... you don't actually need two of them. Might as well just have one. But I think it looks better if there's two. Oh well. On the inside, let's put copper doors. Oh yeah, wait, no, I moved this specifically so we would have more space. Yeah, there's 2x2 here. Can you waterlock buttons? No, you cannot. Something tells me levers are gonna face a similar problem. Well, so much for iron doors. That's fine, that works. Hmm. Okay, here, pop, pop. Swap those. Actually, just put a full block there, why not? Yeah, that works. Here, I would even go as far and say, put those. Yeah. Then we can use the bricks as filler blocks here. Yeah, it works. Here. Let me just block up the thing and then we figure out how to do the shapes. Boom. Boom, boom. Also, you should be wood, buddy. Alright. This here as well. Right, okay, never mind. This is gonna be for consistency's sake, and then on this side, this is where the wall is hooked up. Okay, cool. That's gonna be a bit more complicated, but that's an issue for later. Let's start with this side. Obviously, this pattern can just be continued. Yeah, the whole roof can pretty much just be stacked over. Actually, even from here. To like here. Yeah, counterpoint. What if instead I grab this? What if instead I grab this up to here? flip it and move it here. Okay, yeah. Right, this corner would make sense if it was but also that would make sense, wouldn't it, if it was symmetrical? I don't know what I'm doing. Why do I always think I could build? I keep doing this. I keep thinking, oh, I can build. It's fine. But no, I can't. I just suffer. Pain. Pain and suffer. No, surely this time will be different. This time I know what I'm doing. Nope, I don't. Why am I here? And why is it just to suffer? Okay. Trying to get a bit of a curve in here like we have it on the other side. Something like this. Except... Right, and then we have... Sure, whatever. Actually, no, I hate that. I hate any option there. I don't hate that option, actually, that works. Cool. You might as well just be one of those. But then you kind of also have to be. Okay, then again, symmetry's sake. Mirror this. Where do you put that? No. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. No, you're a full block. And you're rounded. There you go. That's a texture. Why do I keep getting myself into situations where I have to build roofs like this? Okay, but from there... all there is, really. Okay, this... I'm so happy the water is here. It really lightens up my mood. It's... I don't know what I would do if there wasn't water in here flowing around. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's break one more row here. Just so we can get at least this thing straight. Put that in there. Yes. Here. Why am I doing this? Okay, again, this could be an exit straight into the cave, but that's not really something that I'm worried about right now. I would have to close the cave for that as well. No, for now I just ignore the cave and just close it off properly here. Which means technically we can just do it like that. Close this, close that. And then the actual roof probably should go from here. Probably even one more, but yeah, come, why not? Maybe not. Maybe we lock it from here because that's easier. And then we have this progression there. It doesn't look good from the outside yet, but that's fine because again, I might just bring it into the cave and have cave be part of that. I'm saying I might. No, I will. I do like the idea of this cave being passable. Okay, cool. We can also do here is probably not that, but I didn't really want one just in the wall, but I feel like maybe I think of something more interesting at some point. What does that look like on the outside? Not horrible. No, that works. It's hidden anyway behind the kelp. Sponge is supposed to be on that slot. Thank you very much. Oh. I'm not finished. Huh. There we go. Actually, there we not go. All right. Well, here we don't have a problem with the ceiling. We could technically put slabs on this as well. I don't know. That's fine. Actually, let's just move this by one. So this room is a bit more elegant. Well, elegant. It's more square. That's what I mean. It does mean we have some more breathing space in the airlock, or I guess not. I don't know. I don't know how much breathing you do in an airlock. Well, I guess you do a lot of breathing in an airlock. That is kind of the point. Okay, that should be good. It's fine and dandy. Time to dry it all up. Oh, I just realized, that is always going to be funky, isn't it? Yeah, we need to put the doors there. And then the outside here is going to be funky, but that's fine. It's outside. Yeah. Actually, let me... There we go. Cool. Okay, let's a gravel. Cool, cool, cool. Oh. I noticed that, don't worry. These, while we're at it, should be stairs. Actually, these should be slabs. Yeah. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah, nice gradient. Not a gradient, nice slope there too. Yeah, now we go here. Where it connects. Great! Now you can get through the entire thing without getting wet feet. Actually, that's not true. You get wet feet in one part, but that's not canon. No, absolutely gonna put in a ceiling here because that dripping is already bothering me. Actually, why are you dripping? Shouldn't you? Yeah, the dripping, it's gonna be an ordeal to deal with that in every area. Not clone. Symmetry, yeah. Oh, the things we deal with, huh? That's gonna be very annoying too. Well, actually, I'm just gonna use sand on the live server. Why are they dripping? Shouldn't they? Oh no, it's because the blocks above them are waterlogged, isn't it? Yeah. Don't know what we're gonna do about that. Maybe we just accept it. Maybe it's just... it's supposed to be kind of broken down and everything, so... It's not like it doesn't fit if it's drippy. It's just... It's a lot in here. Well, we deal with that when we deal with that. Oh, everything is full. But hey, we can observe the entire thing now. Cool. You can see even that thing over there. Why would that be how symmetry works? Make it make sense. All right. Yeah, that rounds it out a bit nicer. Okay. Yeah, there's only pretty much one room left. For this sector, anyway. And that sector is the toilets. The bathrooms. I guess I don't have to do the bathrooms. I just have to do the building for now. So, I don't know. Is there anything... There shouldn't be anything that's... These are waxed, though. Thank God. There shouldn't be anything that gets broken if water goes down, so let's just break this. Let's just get it broken up with. Why? Why would the door go there? Yep, that's more like it. Okie dokie. We could have another barrel vault. Like just one barrel vault that contains all the things. Yeah. Okay, so give me delete. I need to delete the section. So it's supposed to be from here to like, I don't know, here or something. I can repopulate it. Thanks for... Be gone. Yeah. Oh, actually, we could have it... No. Oh, we could. But no, we don't need windows or anything in the thing. No, let's just get rid of everything. Delete. Cool. So. I make sure not to break the water, otherwise this is going to be a bit annoying. Like, it's just nice to not have water in here for a second. I guess we could use this wall. We don't really have to add a... Bad. A secondary wall here. What is on the inside of this? Okay, perfect. Let's lock these in there. Alright, so we have toilets here, which I need a little bit more space than that, but maybe like this. Maybe that's toilets. And then on this side we have changing rooms here and showers here. That should be enough space. Maybe one more block, one more row. Delete. I'm getting a taste for deleting things. Yeah, that's nice. That gives us a bit more work. Get a bit more space to work with whenever we get to the... Though I don't know with the barrel vault here, actually. I feel like this might just be a boring-ass roof. Considering that most of it is underground anyway. The interior I'll worry about whenever I get to it. Like any productive person ever does. Alright, then we have the doors here. The doors here. And this part doesn't really have proper doors. This just goes like that. Alright. Well, that's awkward. Do you mind? Do you have to? All right, of course. Then we have. Sure, that's just what it's gonna be. This is just to add some more texture to the whole thing. There we go. Whatever. I'm getting a point again where I'm just over it and I just kind of want to take a break. I need to start streaming a bit earlier. Actually lock in, get to work. Alright, same thing would then have to be done here. Cool. And then we stack this over the entire roof. Beautiful roof, isn't it? And that should fill the entire... No. Yes, it does. Nice. Almost. Why not? Why are you... Always gotta be complicated. Nope, that one isn't filled up either. Sure, why wouldn't it? There you go. Alright, nice. So... how do I make this look good? I mean, the inside I really don't care. Why is there water sources in there? How did that happen? Stop. Was it like that? No. Quite the opposite, actually. That whole building looks like it should be moved. Should it be moved one to the left? It would line up better with the segments. With the toilets it would become a bit... I don't know. Oh, there's more source blocks here. My bad. Okay, actually, just to avoid the dripping, I'm gonna add an entire secondary... Well, the hallways are also dripping. It's a bit too late for that. This part isn't dripping, right? No, it is. It is. Okay, but it is intended to get a second ceiling inside to avoid the dripping, so that's planned for. The hallways are just gonna stay the way they are, Because this here. Gonna make a little barrel vault and see what I can do with it. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, sure. Put a full block there. Put a little thing here. Now I'm just building a roof. Okay, let me get the symmetry tool. Where's the center? Here? Here. Yeah, here. Yeah, okay. Not my problem right now. Alright, and... Correct. And then we go up once more. No, that's not at all what we need. Oh, that's even less what we need. Okay, something like that. Yep, that's a roof. Let me throw... Well, we could do this. That would be a bit more interesting. No, these stay. Okay, yeah. And then all we need really is a bit of decoration, like with this roof that I just gave up on. Nope, that's not correct. Fuck my life. Something like that, I guess. No. But I'm down to put one of these in there. Or even, okay, hear me out. Yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but... I don't know, my brain is fried a little. I just want to get the building done. And then I probably end stream. I mean, It's definitely not finished. It doesn't look finished. It looks a bit more interesting than nothing. Then again, neither is this roof. And I'm not going to finish this roof as well. Actually, it already looks better than like half of the other roofs. I don't know about that. No, that's ugly. Could do that, but I don't really know what that would be. No. I don't know what to do with you. Slap there. Yeah, okay, okay. Sure, that works. I do kind of wish I could. Add some more of these. I guess that's not horrible. I can get behind that. I can just say this is finished. I wish I could add something in this line to kind of break it up, but... I suppose I can just do this. Yeah. That's really all it needs. Ooh, or, and hear me out here. We could go all in on the color scheme and say, hey, this is part of the blue track, so it has some blue in it. Maybe not that blue, but that's an issue for... We could even... Theoretically, we could have fully oxidized copper in there. Right, like... That is nice. Then connect it like this. Yeah, that already adds a lot. Then this side... Is this the point where it disables symmetry? Otherwise I'm gonna get a stroke. I guess theoretically we can have window here. And 2 windows here. Not that windows do much, but I do like seeing the outside. I think that's like half the fun of having an underwater base, to look out into the ocean. Especially when you're so short that you can barely see anything. Okay, I think it's coming along. I do think it is. I'm half excited and half terrified about the interior. Ah, so no more dripping. We can just slap the entire inside here. That will stop any dripping. And still keep the ceiling somewhat interesting. Yeah. Except obviously the side where the window is. Right, in the shower, dripping isn't too bad. There's even an angle where we use it for the showers themselves, though I don't know if that's feasible. Oh, I'm getting tired. And hungry. No, I've been getting tired for the last 2 hours. I am tired. I swear tomorrow's... Actually, no, tomorrow I won't stream earlier because we have raid tomorrow. Well, I guess tomorrow I stream whenever raid is done. But I will log in, I will stream, and we will... What is the lock-in tomorrow? Actually, let me check my plan. Yeah, we have all the buildings that we need here. Except for this additional new one that I came up with which I need to think about a bit. I don't want to just build something and then 2 days later I'm like, oh, I know what to do with it. Oh, whoops, it's already built. Too bad. Also, I feel like just to complete this a little, yeah. Actually, see, from below I like these, but from above they look a bit weird. Maybe we don't need them. No, 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 we don't need those. This looks perfectly fine without them. Hell yeah. Yeah, we might as well put some rooms... Actually, no, I kind of like how it is. I don't think I want to add more rooms. I do like the ceiling is my main problem. Adding a room in here would just kind of break the pattern of the ceiling. That's fine though, we can figure something out to do with this. Okay, it is coming along though. It is coming along nicely. Okay, tomorrow for sure we're gonna finish all the exterior. Not decoration-wise, but just to like a level where I can... where I don't have to look at this roof anymore. Or the cafeteria roof for now. I think the other exteriors are fine. Then... I'll try to think up the spire, how to do it. Maybe we start with that. It would make sense to start with that. Just because it's hooked up. We might also start with the... I don't know if I want to do that with the interior or if I want to do that earlier. Like the parts that run underneath, right? All the maintenance tunnels and whatnot. I don't know if it's too early for that. We'll see. But I will definitely keep building tomorrow. At some point. Okay, no, you know what? Originally, I didn't know exactly if this is going to be a good build. I was like, you know, it seems a bit low stake for my taste. Like just some buildings under... But no, this is coming along. It's just obviously one corridor and two buildings aren't really going to impress anyone. But once the entire complex stands and has like all the tunneling and all the things it needs, might also come up with some lore, with some books, some files that are in storage and whatnot. But that's probably going to be off stream. Okay, fine, I'll try. Nope, that is definitely not. Okay, it's fine, I just need to test. I expected to hate it, I don't actually hate it. Maybe even one there. No, not one there. Definitely not one there. The other ones are fine, though. Yeah, that is nice. And again, whenever we replace the doors with exposed ones, that's gonna be even nicer. Let me, as a last thing for today, fill up some of the gaps on the things that are definitely finished. Like this guy. Bothering me for a while. Is this... No, this is... Yeah, that's just gonna look like that. Okay. These... Cool. These aren't finished, but... This wall. This wall is like you look directly at it. However, I think... No, we'll just put some coral in front of it. Or just some seagrass. Ooh. I'm not sure yet how much I want to work with coral. Because that is going to be a whole bunch of exterior work if we do. But we would... I guess we can use it in some sections. No, this is coming along. I like this. We could also finish a section, build that on the live server, and then continue section by section. I mean, I would at the very least finish a spire before sending that section to the live server, but... You know. That way I'm spending time on the server and not just entirely here. Let's put something there and pretend it's a fan or something. Actually, yeah, we can just say these are fan. They're not really giving the fan, are they? Ooh, what we could do... That gives a bit... Oh. Oh, that is possible. Okay, hear me out, but since these are basically vents, right? What if you could vent like a sussy baka? What if you could crawl through the vents? What if it's all connected and hooked up? Oh, that is gonna be so complicated to do. But oh, is it doable? Fine, sure. Why not? Why not make my life harder than it needs to be? How do we close off the... Yeah, I think we can use that to hide air vents. It's gonna have some nice visual language to it, like you see that texture, you know, oh, air vents behind. It's not ideal that you can open it, but I don't think we have an option for flat floor / ceiling thing that isn't openable. I guess we would have iron trapdoor, but gonna have to avoid that. Mainly because they're see-through and the color scheme just doesn't... It clashes so bad to add white in here. Now, I think we've got plenty of plans here. Also, just kind of for the consistency. Is that too much? That is definitely too much. Yeah, no, that's... And it's just because if I look at it, there's kind of negative space. Which is fine. It's not as bad as this place down here, right? This place is obviously not good. This place is fine. It just does kind of stand out, which... No, I'm okay with that. It can stand out. I will replace you with one of these, though. No, just scroll. I need to clean up my... Nah, I won't clean up my hotbars. I don't know why I'm even saying that. Okay, and that gives it a bit more. No, I think that's fine. I think I liked it. Sometimes things standing out is good. This might be one such case. Okay, yeah, tomorrow we finish exterior, not decoration yet. I won't do any plants in yet until the very end, and corals and whatnot. I might also do some shipwrecks here and there. Just some interesting tidbits. And maybe just switch up the floor so it's not just gravel. What would fit with the gravel? Dead coral? Maybe. No, actually, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I sometimes forget that I have to build this in survival. And changing the entire ocean floor is just a tiny step above what I'm willing to do. Okay, let's see if we can capture the entire progress so far in one screenshot. I guess that works. You don't see anything, but you see the entire thing. We can do this, then you at least see most of the non-ugly things. Yeah, no, that's what I wanted to say. Okay. Ranger. Well, with Donald being done, with me being tired and wanting food, I don't know about the color coding. I still like the idea. That's just a very ugly texture. I'll leave it for now. We'll find out. But until then, thanks for watching. I wanted to do this very elegantly, but then I didn't find the music. There we go. Bye!